What's up, everybody? Another, I guess you could say another vlog or whatever. So I planned to leave Laredo today. I didn't leave. Once again, the Adjustment Bureau. If you've seen that movie, is these beings that pretty much they can move through time and space, which is kind of crazy. But they make adjustments to people's lives, whether they want them to or not, because it's part of some huge plan, right? In the movie, they call him the chairman. Man, it's such a name. It's crazy. It's something attached to corporate America, or just like some corporate system. I don't know. But they call him the chairman, right? To me, in the movie, they took their jobs way too serious. Way too serious. But it is what it is. So I'm here in Laredo, man. Back for I guess I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll make my plans as it goes. Like I said, I'm just trying to find somewhere just to chill. To find somewhere just to lay my head. Listen, I don't want people to be afraid of me, man. Like when I speak, I don't want people to be afraid, man. I don't want to scare people. I don't want to put fear in people, man. I don't want people to be afraid of me, man. Please don't be afraid of me. I left Florida because it was just time to go. But I was living decently there. Like I said, it wasn't the best apartment in the world, but it could do. You know what I'm saying? But over time, I was feeling less and less comfortable around the people that started to come around me. All right? The people that were around me made me feel very, very uncomfortable. So eventually I knew over time I was going to move up out of there. I was going to wait till my lease was up and then I would just leave. All right? But it just so happens that I got into it with some people from the staff at the real estate office, and the lady was like, I want him out of here. I want him evicted. Paid my rent on time. Never had any complaints about anything. Didn't get into it with anybody before. All right? But as new people was coming into the place, it started to feel funny. And it started to feel weird. So I wanted to get up out of there. All right? And I follow my intuitions. I follow my gut instincts about certain things. All right? And I got up out of there. It just so happens that a couple of storms came through. Hey, I couldn't have predicted that. It is what it is. When I was a young child, I lived through a hurricane, a category 4 or 5. If anybody from the 80s know about Hurricane Gilbert, that tore up Jamaica, man. Tore up Jamaica. I seen people's houses, roofs fly away from my apartment building. It was crazy. Hurricane Gilbert was so destructive. They made songs about it. It was like, Hurricane Gilbert, give me this. I'll never forget that, man. But not to make light of the situation, but storms are very, very serious. Right? I wanted to travel somewhere closer to the south, somewhere warm, where it was still warm. Right? And I came down here to Laredo. My experience was not too hot because I was actually not in Laredo. I was in the outskirts of Laredo, living with which I perceive as energy vampires, right? Because I was far away. The host pretended like he was a cool guy, but he was really an asshole. This is my opinion, right? I seen weird things going on in the house. And it's not too often where I live where you're like in an Airbnb with a host. I think I've only done that like maybe once, maybe twice, but it wasn't for long periods of time. But this time I was there for a good almost 3 weeks, and I paid $1,300 for that. All right. So I'm thinking that I was gonna get a chance to go, see Laredo. The only thing I did was go to the mall. There was nothing within walking distance. Right. After I burnt up half the money that I used, besides paying for the Airbnb, I burnt it up on goddamn, is there a gnat in here? On Uber, just to go to the supermarket, just to buy myself food and stuff. Right? And the host was shady. Right? This dude had a vehicle. He knew everything was mad far. All right? And I'm not saying that it's a job to offer me rides, but I remember one time I asked him, I was like, if you're going to the supermarket, can I get a ride? You know what I'm saying? But then I realized that this guy there was something not right about him. All right? So I wanted to get up out of there. I left the Airbnb earlier than I should. All right? I left up out of there. And I walked. I walked 10 miles to the Greyhound bus station. And I slept in the park for 2 nights, waiting for my paycheck to hit. Paycheck was acting crazy. I'm calling my bank asking what's going on with my direct deposit. I'm here thinking that the powers that be and turned their back on me and was going to leave me stranded down here. Was going to leave me homeless and stuff. Look, I'm not looking for no trouble, man. I want to live a peaceful life. I never was. I was never in trouble as a kid. I wasn't in juvenile hall. I wasn't in trouble with the police. The police didn't know my name. None of that stuff. So why would I be an adult now and then want to be like always like in trouble? Does that even make sense? Like, it's like I'm trying to live a life that's not real. I'm not trying to be no thug, and I'm not trying to do none of that stuff, man. And I don't like drama. It's crazy, the stuff that I'm going through, just for telling the truth. And I'm not Jesus. Jesus came and told y'all the truth, and y'all killed him. I'm having problems with people that I thought was my family, and these are powerful people. All right? I'm here thinking that they would let bygones be bygones, and they would just go their way, and they would leave me alone. Guys, to my family, man, like, just I don't know. I don't want y'all to be like me, and I'm not trying to be like y'all. I don't know why y'all are mad at me. Listen, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I got hospitalized in Georgia. All right, they had me there for, I can't remember how many days. They had me hospitalized, right? So I'm in like a hospital setting with like, and there were young people there. This is when they call like when you get non-violent charges placed on you, so you get hospitalized. So it's kind of like charges, but you're not charged with no violent crimes. So you're held in a hospitalization type of situation. So I'm in there with young people that probably got into it with their parents. Their parents called the police on them, right? And there's young people there, and we have our little group sessions and group meetings, and we're talking, right? And I remember a few occasions I would talk to the young guys like, you know what I'm saying, whatever situation you're in here for, you know what I'm saying, just better yourself and just, you know what I'm saying, move forward from this. I'm old. There was a few old guys in there, but not too many, right? But it was mostly young men, teenagers, right? And this one young guy, he turned and looked at me, and I think either the group setting or we were just talking in private. And he looked at me, he's like, who should we be like? We should be like you? But he said it seriously, almost like in an animosity type of way. And I looked at him in a sincere way, and I wasn't upset. I wasn't emotional. I didn't take it personal. I just looked at him. I said, no, be yourself. Be you. You can only be yourself. You can't be like nobody else. No matter how hard you try, you cannot be nobody but you. Your genetics is unique to you. So I know they got lookalikes. They got people that do surgeries and try and change themselves. But at the end of the day, it's still you. It's you. You are what the ultimate universal creator made you. You're always going to be you. No matter what you do to alter your body, alter your appearance, you're always going to be you. So be you. And that's what I told the young man. Be yourself. I don't like energy vampires, man. It doesn't feel good. Be yourself. It's disturbing to feel like somebody's leeching off of you. Even in a metaphysical way. Much less a physical way. Listen, I'm not telling nobody how to live, man. No more. Live your life, man. I believe in universal creator. I believe in God, man. He's kept me. He's protected me. Despite what my enemies think, what my former family thinks, I don't care, man. I believe in God, man. God is good. He's kept me. He's protected me, man. I'm going to see how things go, man. I'm just trying to do my best. Just trying to live in this crazy world. Man. It's rough out here, man. Hey, and you people that got phones, I'm gonna tell you something. I went to the store. I told you to get a new SIM card for one of my backup phones. All right. When the lady was going over my information, there was an address that wasn't mine, that I never lived in. It was a passcode that I never utilized. It's scary, man. Check your stuff. Make sure there's no scammers and hackers using your stuff. As technologically aged, better we get. There's more people just working on ways to scam. That's it. They're literally sitting on a computer, trying to figure out ways to steal money from people. It's crazy. And as hard as it is now, like, people are trying to survive. But there's people working on ways to steal money from you. Ain't that crazy? I've lived on the street, man. It don't feel good. I slept on the street 2 nights. For 2 nights. It's not the first time. It doesn't feel good, man. There was a crazy lady. She just kept screaming. It was disturbing my peace. And I was sleeping in a park, and we're right next to a hotel. This is downtown. The police came out there. They didn't say nothing to the lady. Nothing. She's disturbing everybody's peace. And I know she was disturbing the people in the hotel. The police didn't say nothing to her. Not a goddamn word. It was crazy. What's going on, man? Hey, I'm telling y'all facts. I'm telling y'all the truth. I'm just trying to live my life, man, and be a better person every day, man. A lot of people, like I said, are afraid of Judgment Day. I am not, man. I've made my peace. I figured out like there's nothing you can't stop what cannot be stopped. You can't kill what cannot be killed. Who's going to stop Judgment Day? I've made a bed that, and I'm laying in it, man. I know the mistakes that I've made. I know my shortcomings, but I know that I wasn't a complete asshole to everyone. I know I wasn't a mean person. I know I'm not evil. I know I didn't hurt and harm anybody. And I don't show any ill will to anybody. All I've done is show love and compassion to people. And people seen that as weakness. So the quote unquote people that are strong, they see you as weak when you're a nice person, when you're kind. That's the world we live in. So if you choose to make that bed, lay in it. Because on Judgment Day, you got to pay account for that stuff. It's the truth, man. Don't be afraid and trying to avoid it. You can't stop what's unstoppable. Where's Superman? Where's Batman? Where's the Justice League? For real, man. Y'all think life is a movie? Man. God, I had a reference to this one movie. I can't think of it now. Shit. What's the name of that goddamn movie? Where's my tablet? Let me make this reference. Since I talked about Batman. What's the name of that movie, man? Since I referenced them a few times, let me reference them again. Since I referenced them a few times, let me reference them again. And then I'm out. I'm not gonna talk too long. I already talked a long time already. Let me see if I can reference the movie. Oh, excuse me. But seriously though, folks, check on your stuff though, man. Make sure your stuff is still authentic and original to you, because there are a lot of scam stuff going on, right, man? A lot of scam stuff. You know, it's creepy. I'm going to tell you right now the name of the movie. Reign of Fire. Reign of Fire. It's a classic movie. In the movie it's I'll tell you the cast. Matthew McConaughey, I'm not clout chasing. Christian Bale, who played Batman, and Gerard Butler's in it too. They're cool actors, I guess. Alright? Check out that movie. In that movie, right? They dug deep into the earth and they woke up an ancient dragon. They woke it up. All right? They woke up the dragon. The dragon started to destroy everything. And then, for some reason, other dragons started to come about. I don't know how that was possible, but other dragons came out of nowhere. So the dragons destroyed Earth. It was like the apocalypse. Alright? And they just so happened to piss off this dragon, like the male dragon, alright, because the male was the alpha or whatever of the group. The rest of them were females. And the dragon, I guess he, what's the term? People that are good at like trailing, or gosh, what's the terminology? I can't think of it right now. He followed the tracks from where they came from their origin. Right? And they were living in a castle. This dragon was so huge, he literally hovered over the castle and blew fire straight into the castle. If they didn't have a basement where they had a water system to protect themselves from the water. I mean, from the fire and the heat, whatever. That's how they kept themselves cool, and they had a special door to conceal the heat. That's how they survived. He torched the castle, man. He torched it. Now, in your famous show, Game of Thrones, the guy Aegon the Conqueror did that to Harrenhal. You guys remember? It's a popular story. Harrenhal had it was the biggest castle made of stone. No, nobody could mess with it. What did Aegon the Conqueror do? What's his name? Balerion? He hovered up high, then he came down and torched the goddamn castle. Straight into the castle, killed everybody. He killed a whole bloodline. Gone. It's a very similar situation, man. Think of Reign of Fire and then think of what Aegon the Conqueror did to Harrenhal. It's the same thing. Be careful, man. Let's not dig too deep and wake up a dragon. All right? I'm done. Peace. Love.